Happy Wednesday, everyone. Thank you for joining me once again for our weekly Wednesday Facebook Live tutorial. I am so happy to be able to come on every single week to be able to share my insights about the events industry and to help you start and grow your event planning company into a multiple six-figure profit business. If you're joining me the very first time, my name is May Yo Silvers. I'm the owner of M2 Hospitality, a multiple six-figure profit event planning company. And I'm also the founder, event mentor, and coach for events for anyone, where we help event planners, designers, and decorators to start and launch and scale their event planning company to multiple six-figure business as well. I am so happy that I'm able to come on live so smoothly this time into Facebook. And once again, if you're here with me on Facebook, make sure that you say hi. I see some eyeballs. I know that I'm actually going on live already inside my Facebook. Make sure you say hi. And if you're joining me on Instagram and also YouTube and LinkedIn, make sure that you say hi as well. Tap your name because otherwise I will not be able to see your name. Hey, Frida. Fantastic. Thank you for joining me for my Wednesday 12 p.m. weekly show. Hey, PS. Thank you for joining me. All right. So Terry is joining me on Instagram and as well. Okay. So thank you so much for setting this up and that I'm able to go on so smoothly into Facebook Live. So there's no technical difficulties this time around. All right. So if you are joining me today, that means you're going to learn about when to use stock photos and how can you use it ethically without causing any form of miscommunication. And I am going to share with you my own personal experience, what happened when I was going through Instagram and looking for a florist, a vendor for my event that happened last week. All right. So when stock photos gone wrong, okay. First and foremost, let me just explain for those of you who do not know what exactly is stock photos. Stock photos are basically photos that are on the internet, okay? Royalty-free photos. If you are new in the events industry and you don't have any nice pictures of your own events that you can showcase on your digital portfolio, it doesn't matter whether it is on your website or on your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, okay? You don't have anything on the digital platform that you feel proud to be able to showcase your work, then stock photos are a great way to overcome that barrier. There are many websites that you can go to use stock photos. Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S is one. Unsplash, U-N-S-P LASH is another one. And then those they have free stock photos, okay? And if you are helping an event planner or designer with their events, hey Jacqueline, thank you for joining me. Same thing, Siobhan. So if you are helping another event planner or designer, or you are working for a company, or you are working for a company who does many events, and you are actively involved in the design component or decorating component or planning component, and you think that these pictures or those events are super successful and they look really pretty, you can always ask the event planners, designers, or your company if you could actually use those pictures to be posted on your social media, okay? But we need to make sure that that is some form of a writing. It doesn't have to be in a formal letter. It can be by email, it can be by text message, as long as there's a formal documentation that the owner of the event allows you, owner as in the one who's in charge of doing the event, okay, the company who's in charge of hosting the event, allows you to use those pictures to be posted on your social media, you have it on a written format that they give you the consent, then you should be all good. There are also different ways for you. There are different ways for you that you need certain verbiage, okay, when you post those pictures, so that it doesn't create a wrong impression. Okay, so once again, if you are having difficulties finding good photos that of your own that you can post on your social media, stock photos are definitely a good option, or asking for permission from the people that you help to do the event to post it on your own social media is another option. And the third option is doing style shoot, which I will talk about that later. So when you're using stock photos, okay, you got to be very, very aware of how you're using the stock photos and how are you explaining or the captions, okay, the captions that you are using when you're using the stock photos, the captions is in the description, so it doesn't give people the wrong impression. So I'm going to share with you my own personal experience. I was looking to contract a very small floral order. So basically five centerpieces for 5 round tables, okay? And I have an idea how I want the floral to look like, because my client has a preference. I have a preference. There's a certain style and a design that I like. So I want something that's nice and bright, that also incorporates certain natural elements. And I was also very specific about the size that I want and the budget that I want to spend. So when I was scrolling through Instagram and I found someone whose style that they were posting on their Instagram grid is quite aligned with the design that I have in mind. That means what I'm seeing on their social media, the work that they are posting on the social media is along the same taste, okay, the same design elements that I'm looking for. Therefore, I send this person a text message and also an email showing them the pictures that I have in mind, the design element that I have in mind to for my event. And I told them how much the budget is, and I also told them the date of the event. Okay, and I sent them a picture. I said, in fact, I sent a few pictures. Okay, like 4 pictures. I said I would like my centerpieces to look something like this. Okay, now when I am doing that, okay, when I was doing that, I didn't just reach out to any florist in the area where my event was. I was very intentional when I was looking at someone's social media posts, okay, posts of their work. And I didn't pick every single one that I know is based in the city that I'm having my event. I actually narrowed the search to the people who are in this city, and then I start checking out their social media, the work on their social media. So I check out their Instagram, I check out their Facebook, and then I found one that I felt like the work displayed was a lot more complex, okay? A lot more complex than what I'm looking for. But I also saw on their grid that they also do simple centerpieces, and the type of floral and the style is exactly what I'm looking for. So I sent a message to this person. This person acknowledged that they got my message, and then they sent me a proposal, put it this way. They say that, okay, let me put together something for you, right? So you as the consumer, as the client, you reach out to someone and you show them some inspiration. You give them the budget, okay? You give them the date of the event. So when the vendor or the florist, in this case, connected with me and told me that, okay, I will prepare something, I'll prepare a proposal for you in the next day or two. I'm under the assumption that you understand what I need, especially when I'm so clear. And I even sent you pictures for inspiration, okay? So I was expecting the proposal to come back with something quite similar. Maybe the vase, the shape of the vase is different, the color of the vase is different, maybe the type of floral used is different, but the design in general should be the same. Now, when I got the proposal, you cannot believe how shocked I was, okay? Whatever was proposed to me was completely different, completely, okay? If I show you a picture of a centerpiece that is so lush with floral, okay, with floral and leaves and vibrant color, and you propose something back to me that is a glass vase with a floating candle and one floral floating around in there, where is the alignment? Where is the similarity? In fact, whatever was proposed to me, I could not believe it's from the same person. So I went back to the grid and said, okay, let me just make sure that I actually send the DM to the right person. And I was right. I sent to the right person, but I could not believe why they would propose something that is so different from what I proposed. And then I started scrolling down to their social media, and then I found something that is of similar to what they proposed to me. And believe it or not, it was in 2021. Okay. So I really did my research because I simply cannot believe, especially as not just as a customer, but as a business coach for event planners, designers, and decorators, I cannot believe someone could make a mistake like this. So I went down to I keep on scrolling to see where in her work has some form of resemblance of what she proposed to me. And then I found it. I found a picture that is quite similar to what she proposed to me. And that was in 2021. 2021, people. We're in 2024. So basically, from 2021 to 2024, the evolution, I would think, right? The evolution of your work has progressively gotten better. Therefore, your most recent post is showing something that is of floral installation on the ceiling, elaborate centerpieces. So when I contacted this person, I was thinking that my project is going to be such chicken fit, okay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, that it will be so easy for this person to be able to reproduce, because I'm not asking you to do ceiling installation, okay? I'm not asking you to do 6 to 7 feet tall of floral decor or 4 feet tall of floral decor or whole bouquet. It's just a simple centerpiece, okay? So what led me to think is like, what happened? What exactly happened from 2021 to 2024? Did your work really evolve? Because if you did, fantastic. If you did not, do all these events that you're posting on your social media from 2021 to 2024, the evolution, if you did not do these events, but your skill has evolved to that level that you can actually use these stock photos or some other people's photos, that's fine. But what you proposed to me was so out of line. And my event was a corporate event. And what they proposed to me, it looks like a birthday party, put it this way, okay? With luminous lighting and some digital gadget. And I was like, where in my inspiration did I use any digital lighting or water beads or any form of tea light candles floating in the water? Nothing. Mine was a solid centerpiece with snake grass and succulents and cymbidiums, okay, and leaves. Okay, very simple. Even I can do that. But of course, that's not my zone of genius. I'm not going to do it. It's going to be a complete waste of my time to do it myself. So I couldn't understand. So I was so curious and frustrated, okay, that I actually responded to her and said that, I just want to clarify, you got my pictures, right? So because what you proposed to me is so left field. is so different from what I was looking for. How did you come up with this design element? And she wrote back, oh, what you're looking for, I do not have. I don't have those items to do it for you. Bear in mind, I got hold of this person 3 weeks before my event, and you are a florist. And I assure you, what I sent to her, those are not seasonal flowers. Those are flowers that you can get all year round, okay? And those vases are not complex. I just have a round cylindrical vase. How is that possible that you tell me that you as a florist, do not have these elements? I don't understand at all. So I was like, okay, all right, no problem. And then she wrote back, oh, hopefully we'll be able to work together in the future. There is no way I will work together with you in the future because you bait and switch me. You wasted my time, number one. Number two, your work has no resemblance to your current work. What you propose to me has no resemblance to the current work, okay? So it led me to think that, okay, you're using stock photos, you're using other people's photos, no problem. Okay, so listen up. Those of you who are new in the industry, okay, you don't have your own events pictures to show, no problem. If you're using stock photos, I'm going to be totally honest with you, okay? When M2 Hospitality started, we didn't have a lot of events. So I was using stock photos. But you know what is the one thing that I made damn sure about when I'm using those stock photos? First, it has to align with my brand and the design element that I like. It has to represent my brand. So I'm not into super complex type of installation when it comes to floral. So I like things nice and clean. So I will look for stock photos that resembles my brand, that resembles my color, my design element, okay, that I will actually propose to my client if they come to me and say that, hey, what type of florals or what type of design do you propose? I would actually choose stock photos that represent my brand. Now, the second thing that I will look at is those stock photos, the elements that is in that stock photo, can I execute? When I say I'm not talking about me physically making that floral or making that backdrop. Do I have the resources to pull off that look? Exactly that look? Maybe not, but at least something similar, okay? So I need to make sure that I have vendors or people that I know who are able to pull off that look. And I also know how much it costs to do that look. So when I use a stock photo, I look at how much will this event cost? If I were to use these stock photos, what am I conveying to the people who's looking on my portfolio? How much do they think this is going to cost to create this look? Okay, so I need to do my homework. Okay, I need to do my homework and talk to my florist and show her these stock photos and say that, hey, listen, I'm going to post this on my social media. This is not my work, but this is my design. This is the type of style that I like, and I'm going to show it. I'm going to promote it. Do you have the capability to do this? So when I'm building my vendors list, I will have this type of conversation with my vendors, and they will say, yes, no problem, I can do this. This is probably going to cost you $60, $70. Okay, so now when I use that stock photo, I have a very good idea that centerpiece is going to cost $70. If somebody contact me by looking at the stock photo and say, hey, I like that picture on your Instagram, I like the picture on social media, on your website, can you do something like this? I know immediately, yes, the answer is yes, because I already have a florist who can do it. I also know how much it's going to cost, okay? So in this case, none of this has happened. For you to tell me that you don't have those elements, why are you even posting on your social media that you do this kind of work? If you can't even do a simple floral centerpiece like this, how can I trust you to do a more complex installation where the centerpiece is going to be 3 to 4 feet tall or have ceiling installation, which is exactly what you show on your Instagram? So for those of you who are learning how to do this, or you don't have any portfolio, please have some moral ethics. okay? Have some values when you're posting on your social media. If it's not your work, do not say this is my work, okay? Don't say this is my work. You also do not have to say this is not my work. If you want to say this is not my work, fine. But you don't have to tell the whole world that this is not my work, okay? Neither do you or can you say this is my work, because this is not your work. So you cannot say this is my work, but you don't have to say that this is not my work, okay? So bear in mind, you don't have to say that this is not my work, but you don't have to say, but you cannot say this is my work because you didn't do this. So how are you going to do this? Okay, for those of you who's using stock photos, you are going to describe this centerpiece. You're going to describe this design, okay? Assuming that you are going to use a stock photo of a beachside wedding. So you can describe, like, oh, this is the type of events that I love to do. I love the natural look. I love the water element. Picking furniture that is with an earth tone will go so well with this. Picking floral centerpiece, doing floral centerpiece with ocean theme, like using seashells and sand, will go so well with this look. You get the drift. So I'm describing that portfolio. I'm describing that look, that design. Nowhere did I say I did this event. Nowhere did I say I didn't do this event. Okay? But by me explaining why I like this look, explaining why this event looks so beautiful because of a combination of the different elements, it showcases your expertise. It showcases your style. Okay? So even though you did not do the work, it is not your work, but you were able to elegantly, intelligently, okay, describe the elements involved in creating that look. Me as an outsider who have no idea whether this is your event or not, when I read your post, I understand your skill set. I understand your style. I understand your design element. Therefore, I would trust you to do this event. I won't even have to ask you, did you do this? I'm just going to assume that you did it, because the way you're describing that picture, that design element, gives me the impression that you know what you're doing. Okay, and hopefully you really do know what you're doing, because you're following my advice that you have the resources, you know the people who knows how to do this, to execute this look for you. Or you actually have those elements that you can actually put it together. Okay, so in my case, I felt so bait and switch. I felt so deceived. I felt like it's a total waste of time. And of course, everything is a learning lesson. And I got inspired to want to teach this class, because I do not want you to commit that same mistake. Okay, now if you are uncomfortable using stock photos because it goes against your moral values to use other people's events or stock photos to showcase that this is your work, just know that you need to get out of that mindset, because you never told anyone that this is your work. Neither did you tell anyone that, you never told anyone that this is your work. You didn't lie to anybody. But you can stand behind that photo and say that I can do this. I know how to do this. Then you don't have to feel that you're deceiving anyone, because you never told a lie. So you need to get over that mindset, number one. Number two is, what's the other way for you to create a digital portfolio? When you don't have clients who's paying you to do events, what's the next best thing to do? The next best thing to do is to do a style shoot, okay? And for those of you who are new, who's listening to me, a style shoot is a fake event. So, but this fake event has got so many advantages, because it allows you to showcase your creativity, your style, your design. So you're going to piece together pictures, okay? Or you can do it on Canva. You are going to decide, number one, what is this event going to look like, right? What's the theme of this event? If you're going to do a beachside wedding as your style shoot, then okay, Then you're going to start piecing together, start looking at websites, okay, or furniture rental company, start screenshot them, the furniture that you want to use, and you start putting into like a pin board, or you're going to use Canva like a blank sheet, and you're going to cut and paste, and create that look. So now you have an idea how the event is going to look like. Pick the linen, pick the furniture, pick the floral, okay? Keep it simple. Then you're going to go look for vendors who want to collaborate with you, who also have along the same line of design and style like you, people that you want to work with. So look for those people who are also needing exposure, okay? So don't look for those who are already super seasoned, they don't need you. You want to find a vendor who need you as much as you need them, who are new, who wants to have the marketing exposure. So look for these people to collaborate with you. You don't even have to pay for their time or their services or their materials, because for them it's also a marketing investment. So you're going to get all these vendors to come together and make this fake event, and then you take lots of pictures. One thing that I would say is to really get a good photographer, okay, or even a videographer. So this can also be part of their portfolio. Again, everybody is here to try to create more marketing assets for the digital portfolio. So then in this case, everybody gets to use these pictures from your style shoot. And now you're going to tag all these vendors. So now you are also leveraging their audience who's able to see your work. And they're going to tag you as well. So everybody is leveraging everybody's network. So you have more eyeballs seeing your work and following you. All right. So that's one way to do it. Okay. So hopefully today you have an understanding what to do and what not to do when you're using stock photos for your portfolio. Okay. For those of you who want to do a style shoot but don't know how, that's one of the core modules of our 24 course bundle. If you have not checked out our 24 course bundle, you should, because especially for those of you newbies and you want to start your side hustle or scale your side hustle, you got to really know how to price for profit. You got to really have a solid digital portfolio, because now people are no longer visiting so much on the website, but on your Instagram and your Instagram and your Facebook. Okay. Unless you have a solid referral network, you need all these. So in our 24 course bundle that Anne just dropped on Instagram, go to the link and check it out. For those of you who already bought our 10 course bundle and want to upgrade to the 24 course bundle with the additional 14 course, send me a DM, because it's a separate link. Okay. So you want to be able, and same thing, we just posted the Facebook link for the 24 course bundle. You got to do your pricing right. You got to have a solid digital presence. So you're going to have your marketing content correct. And then how are you going to leverage that on your social media? We have a whole module on that. Then now you got leads coming in. How are you going to qualify them to make sure they're not wasting your time? The questions you ask in order to close the lead. Okay. Then you have a full-time job, right? How are you going to find the time to grow this? We teach you on productivity as well, productivity hacks. We teach you on the legality so you don't get into trouble when you're setting up your business. If you set up the wrong way, you're going to pay IRS a lot of money. Just like myself, I paid 20K to IRS when I first started because I didn't get my legality done correctly. So, and also, if you need help on doing your website, we have a whole course on A to Z, how to create your website from A to Z, branding. So click on the link to check out the 24 course bundle. And if you are watching this on replay, just comment 24, and then I will send you the link as well. So hopefully today you learned something on how to use stock photos. I strongly encourage you to use stock photos while you are trying to orchestrate your style shoot, but there are some ethics behind it when you're using your stock photos, and there are some strategy behind it, the wordings that you use when you're using stock photos, so you are not stuck on not promoting yourself or promoting yourself correctly because you don't have any pictures to use. Okay, use stock photos all day long, but use it the right way. It has to be aligned with your design elements. You will need to have the resources to be able to pull that off. Okay, all right. Thank you so much once again for giving me your time. on a Wednesday. You're so welcome, Jacqueline. That I hope that I'm so happy that you enjoyed today's session. Same thing, Tracy. Thank you so much. So I will see you all once again next Wednesday. That will be the last Wednesday live that I'm doing until, because I am going to go on vacation starting June 5th to Singapore. So, but I will be dropping some videos every Wednesday as well. The learning still continues. So you will still see videos dropping at 12 p.m. Eastern time zone. It's just that I'm not going to be teaching live because we are 12 hours difference. Okay. It will be midnight my time. So thank you so much for your support. I appreciate all of you. Again, for those of you who wants to upgrade to 24 course, who bought the 10 course bundle, make sure that you send me a DM. I'll send you the link. And also for those of you who are learning, starting, okay, and want to make sure that you do everything the right way, not wasting time and money, check out the 24 course bundle. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.